Today I'm finally reviewing the PowerA enhanced wired controller for the Xbox. I wanted to follow this up as I have done reviews on some of PowerA's other controllers, and I've gotten a few requests to go ahead and review this controller as well. Make sure to follow for any future content and like this video if you found it informative. And honestly, it also really helps me out. So to begin, this controller was sent out to me for review, but in no way does it affect my thoughts and opinions on the experience overall. This controller is compatible with the Xbox One and any newer version that has come out since, like the Series X and the Series S. It also works on PC, and I've extensively tested this controller on my Xbox Series X and on my PC as well, playing games like Apex Legends, Halo, and The Witcher 3. To begin, let's start with the setup process. To set up the controller, you just have to plug the USB micro cable that it came with, one into the controller and the other into your console or your PC. If you are having issues with your controller connecting to your console or your PC, I listed down some articles in the bio down below to assist you guys with that. It is directly from the PowerA website. The console and your PC should instantly detect the controller and have no issues setting up. It's plug and play, that's how my experience personally went, and hopefully yours goes as smooth as mine has. Once you plug in your controller, you will see a white light turn on right below the Xbox button. That's how you know the controller is being powered on. The controller features a plastic shell on the front that feels smooth and rubbery to the touch. It's a texture that feels really good in hand and definitely feels better than the official Microsoft controllers. On the back plate, it has that standard plastic shell, but with a snakeskin pattern. It doesn't feel as good as the front, but it's for sure not a deal breaker. I assume they designed it this way to give you more of a grip while playing, even though it doesn't really feel like much. The buttons are responsive, clicking when they need to be, and overall beautifully designed. The purple pattern on this specific model looks fantastic in my opinion, and the OG lettering on the buttons really pop out. It features the new Xbox controller design with the media share button straight in the middle, but with the old thumb pad design. Not completely sure what happened there. I feel they should have just stuck with the new thumb pad design instead of using the old format. The enhanced controller features a micro USB connection instead of the new USB-C connection that you see in the official Microsoft controllers. Not sure why they flip-flopped around with the old and new designs on the controller, to be honest. They should have just used their design, but with some of the newer features that are available now in the market. Right above the headphone jack, you have the headset controls. If you push down on it while a headset is plugged in, it will shine bright red, letting you know that the headset is muted. If you flick it to the left, the volume will decrease, and if you flick it to the right, the volume goes up. When you flick it all the way up, your headset will make a beep to let you know that you're at max volume, and when you do it towards the left, it'll go mute. And then the next flick, it goes to full volume. It's a bit weird, not sure why it doesn't just completely mute. I actually really love the headset control right there. It feels incredibly convenient just to push the mute button with a slide of a finger. I used a pair of headphones from PDP and the sound was on point. I will say that while I tested the headset in game, there was always a sound being put out. I couldn't really verify if it was humming or a buzz on the other end, since everybody I played with never had a mic or they were in a party. I did read articles online saying this is common with wired controllers, but I can't say for sure. When I tried a wireless controller and went in game, I was actually able to speak to someone on the other end and confirm that my mic did sound just fine. I will note that I had this experience while playing with my Xbox and not necessarily with my PC. This leads me to believe that it's the controller and the Xbox having some sort of issue. I tried looking around online for answers, but couldn't really find any, to be honest. If you guys know any fix or answers to this issue, please let us know down below, just so as a community we can find a fix. On the back of the controller, you have the paddles that you can program. They were designed really well as they feel very natural to press down on. So if you've never used the paddles before, this is going to be very easy to get used to, as they don't really stick out of the controller but rest directly on it. They're comfortable, responsive, and very easy to set up. I actually made a video on how to program and deprogram them. Click the link in the bio for that tutorial. The controller also features dual rumble motors that do vibrate when triggered in game. It electrifies your hands and creates a deeper immersion in game.
Alright, so doing a little bit of a sound test. I'm using a headset from PDP, but I am using the Xbox controller. So, you know, it kind of like really depends on what kind of mic you have, I think. But in my experience, I have seen a lot of comments on my YouTube videos in regards to PowerA videos where a lot of people are stating that there's a lot of buzzing or feedback from the controller. Again, it's hard for me to really pinpoint exactly where that's from. I have seen forums online saying that sometimes because of the wired connection of the controller that it creates that sort of static feedback. Again, I've seen a lot of different things, especially testing it out on the Xbox and on PC as well. But hear it for yourself. This is what it sounds like. This is what my personal experience is like. Again, every experience will differ, so just keep that in mind.
This controller comes in at $30 US, and the way I see it, it is a great bang for your buck. of course, depending on how you look at it. The way I game with controller is probably a little different than your average controller user. I plug in my controller to my PC or my Xbox, and then I use an external Blue Yeti mic for a headset. See, I would probably be upset if I bought this and the headset input didn't work as it should, and that alone would make me not want to buy this controller. But all experiences are different. Some might have the issues I had with it, and some just might not, and will have a perfect experience. Overall, I think for 30 USD, this is a great budget controller. It looks great, it works well in game, it's responsive, and again, for the value it provides, it's very cheap. I can for sure recommend it. As for most controllers, all fears are the same. Will it get stick drift, and when? I think most controllers are bound to face that issue at one point or another, and it's hard to say when this one will as well. Those are my thoughts and opinions on the PowerA enhanced wired controller for the Xbox. Hope you guys enjoyed the review and found it informative. If so, please like the video and subscribe to the channel for any future content. With that said, take care, be safe, and I'll definitely catch you guys on the next one. Peace.